Hi, my name is Cassandra Gonzalez, and I'd like to ask you a few questions today. Have you ever had dinner with somebody and they barely glance up to look at you? Or explain to me how you react when you're crossing a stranger in the hallway. These questions might seem a bit random, but I'd like to ask for you to keep them in mind. Why, when we have our phone, does it seem that we tune out? And furthermore, when we do not have our phone, we seem to have a small internal breakdown. For example, reflecting back to my hallway example, how many of us would actually look up to greet the other stranger that's walking towards us? Or how many of us would pretend to look at something on our phone to be busy? I can't help but question, what's going to happen when we don't talk to people personally? When we receive a million text messages a day, but we no longer have calls, when we no longer have thoughtful gifts or conversations. I remember when I was younger, we would have to come and eat at the dinner table together and leave our Game Boys or Xbox or whatever we were doing back then, and we'd actually have to come eat together. And as much as we hated it, and back then at least, I really value it because it taught certain values that we no longer have anymore. And I can't help but think that if we as millennials have these memories growing up, what would happen if, instead of taking drastic measures and going back to the past, we learn how to blend our past traditions with our upcoming technologies. Imagine the communication within our family and our community, how this would change. I'd like to propose an application that members in the same household can download. I would like to call it Interwho, Restoring Human Interactions. Some certain features of this application would be that it notifies everyone in the family of an upcoming activity. It uses your live location for surrounding suggestions, and it organizes all members' input so they can all vote and communicate and share their opinions. And furthermore, I think the best feature is that it organizes everyone's schedules so that the application automatically provides open time slots so there's no disagreeing on availability. What really got me interested in this in the first place is when I was doing research and I saw a survey conducted in 2017 where 38% of children under 2 have cell phones. 56% of children 8 to 12 have cell phones. 88% of kids 13 to 17, and 95% of people over 18 have cell phones. And this kind of led me to dig up that on average people check their cell phones 150 times a day, which equals out to about checking your phone about every 6 minutes. And this is becoming like an epidemic, and I can honestly say that I myself don't talk to a person every 6 minutes. I don't know about you. And I'd like to jump in and give you an example of what a family activity would be in this application. For example, a family dinner, everyone gets notified that there's going to be a family dinner. And you have 2 options. One is for dining in and one is for dining out. When you're dining in, members can pick their desired cuisine. The application receives input from everybody, and an anonymous decision is made where 2 options are given out to all the members and they can vote on either option. So it eliminates some discussion, and then interactive games and suggestions will be sent out to each member that has this application as well. In terms for dining out, your live location will come into play where surrounding restaurants will pop up, and you then be given the choice to vote for your own restaurant. And again, the application will anonymously send out 2 options, and you can vote on the restaurant that you want to dine out. And yet again, interactive games will be sent to all members. And you might be questioning, what are these interactive games? And they're simple games you can play at any table, whether it be in your own home or at a restaurant. Games like charades and heads up, hush puppies, or simply questions to spark your interaction. And in the end, Inner Who is about restoring human interactions within our families and about spreading it even beyond to others. It's about bringing our humanity back a bit. And so I'd like to thank you for your time. And are there any questions?
How will this application actually improve our communication? What if we're all busy?
Good question. The application is designed to configure everyone's schedule so that it can easily find common slots and available times.
Due to so many options available, wouldn't the application create more problems within our family?
Well, there are a lot of options, and especially if you live in larger cities, there's more options like for restaurants. But since the application anonymously chooses options for members to vote on, this allows members to put their input in and communicate through your cell phone, but at the same time you're still communicating and getting to a final decision, which helps alleviate some of this bickering. So if there is no further questions, I'd like to thank you for your time and for your attention. And this last portion is in terms of how I prepared for this presentation. First of all, I decided on a passionate topic, something that really intrigued me. I did some research and I narrowed down the information. I furthermore looked at statistics and I kind of thought about my audience and how to communicate with them. I created graphics, I wrote an outline, and created a bullet points on flashcards to keep me on track, and then practiced a run through, and then last but not least, tested lighting and technology. And that is how I prepared for my presentation. So thank you.